Imogen Reed tested a machine today. It was clearly corrupted by the WoW, but more importantly, it was assembled in a seemingly primitive way, like someone had specifically created it for WoW to steal. When activated, the machine mimicked the room and Reed along with it. At some point, she was scanned and then loaded as a simulation inside the digital space. The presentation shocked Reed and was quickly terminated. It scared me how much it reminded me of my AR capsule. After discussing the vivarium machine that Reed activated, it's clear that the WoW copied my capsule project and constructed a scene to hold the Reed simulation. It's actually very similar in its construction, except for one point. Where my capsule houses flat people constructed for model neurographs, the vivarium's brain scan lives on. It isn't limited by its content. From the originating brain scan Reed emerged. The Reed inside the vivarium was a perfect copy. I have it. I can save humanity. I can build an artificial reality capsule that can hold every living member of Pathos 2. Can't figure out how it worked with the vivarium, but I can replicate WoW's scanning technique using the pilot seat. We're already prepared with the type of electromagnetic drums needed. It's even easier than I thought. The pilot seats are already set to allow differentiation and high energy needed to capture the scan. I suspect the WoW has been using the seat to steal scans from us for a while. I guess that explains the mockingbirds. The WoW must have stolen scans from people using the pilot seat and used it as the basis for intelligence in the machines. A surprisingly positive reaction from the team, we now have officially started the ARC project. We're to scan all the people we can find and load them into the capsule. Then when we launch it into space using the space gun. It's nice to think that something will live on like that. Mark Serang killed himself after his scan. He'd been suggesting everyone should kill themselves, as it would somehow allow them to live to actually get on the Ark. Not sure how that would work. It did trigger a lot of arguments amongst the staff, and apparently it's my fault somehow. Strohmeyer's not happy with me. Hope it'll calm down. Richard gave me a set of AI templates I haven't seen before. Unfolded one of them to make new friends for Capsule Catherine and her gang of legacies. New way to simulate turbulence makes the weather system so much better. Implemented Reed didn't go well. New try with Reed. Reed won't play nice with the others. She's too real. So it looks like Catherine knows that there's a problem with the scans in that they are imperfect copies, and honestly, the imperfect copies tend to work better than the real copies. Or these copies that the WoW has been making unbeknownst to everyone, which has given Catherine the idea, and shit's heavier than I thought. Also, look at this little...
Your teddy bear could use some repairs.
Toby always breaks. He's top heavy, so he keeps falling over.
I fucking love the Robo-Bear. We're just gonna leave.
Junk looks like something you'd fish out of the ocean.
Huh? Oh, you mean... Yeah, that's a part of Reed's vivarium. It's a long story. Forget it.
Okay, I won't read into the creepy science experiments that you're doing that gave you the idea to prolong humanity indefinitely. Let's check out Martin Fisher's room before we... Oh, I locked myself in here. I did not mean to lock myself in here. Oh, there is no light for me to view in here. Shit. The goops everywhere. God damn it, WoW. I'm not particularly wowed by you. Shit. I'm digging through people's detritus, trying to figure out their lives. Feels gross, but I mean, again, we are maybe a mass murderer at this point, so how fucking don't like that. Oh, look! I absolutely saw something over there. I did not like what I saw over there. Hey, here's Robin Bass. You were someone that I could, or that I have heard about before. Well, now I'm robbing you. Oh! Shit. God damn it. You were delusional. God, that's just a fucking straight razor. Yeah, this game gets a little heavy. We're all dying anyways. I'm all in. I put my faith in Sarang and the continuity. Gotta love a fucking death cult. Sorry, there's not a lot of commentary on this one, just letting it sink in, right? Well, this was particularly unenlightening, and I kind of really didn't need to be in there in the first place. Let's see if Sarang has any better fucking shit. So I think they're actually blocking off the rooms of people who, well... Dear friends, when you read this, I will have entered the Ark. As I have explained, this is accomplished by ceasing to live as your scan is being completed. Do not frighten Catherine, I will do this in secret by folding cyanide salts into chewing gum and placing it in my mouth before seeing her. When I hear her announce completion, I will bite down, quickly causing my own demise. When you discover the truth behind my death, know there is no tragedy to mourn, for I am victorious. I advise you all to do the same to join me inside the Ark.
Did you know that the human body consists of up to 75 trillion individual cells? They typically don't stay with us till we die. Some live a few days, while others live a few years. We're not affected by their short lifespans, as they're replaced by new cells, which help sustain our bodies. I don't think anyone would argue that we ever lose our persona due to this process. Yet we are clearly in a constant state of transformation. Then how do we remain the same? A continuous flow of thought and perception keeps an unbroken chain of continuity that we know as our self. Our conscious mind is not the pattern of our brain, but a continuous emergent entity based on that pattern. When Dr. Chun populates the Ark, she is capturing a moment of our existence and placing it inside the digital world. Soon you and your digital you will grow apart due to diverging experiences, but for a tiny window, you are the very same. With unbroken continuity, it will live on. A fulfilling life, no doubt, no less real than the one from which it was plucked. Now remember, you are not your body. You are the emergent entity. That entity just happens to occupy two places at once for a while. If you took away your body, you would simply be the only one you can be. The you inside the Ark. Let your body die and continue on in the digital paradise among the stars.
It's compelling and poetic, and it presupposes a singular experience, some kind of soul, to be honest. And I don't buy into it. I just don't. Me personally, I just don't buy into it, I should say. How to bypass a master tool safety? Why is this what you're working on? There was also a confidential project in Mark Solang's thing to have to deal with the WoW. Hard to say what's going on there. The fuck? What even are we looking at? Why were you locked up? Did you actually end up killing yourself? Oh, I could have turned the lights on in this place. I already didn't do that. Nothing of interest, honestly. So... exploring in and around here hasn't done me any good. It's just got the lights turned off. So we check the bathrooms, we check the stairs. I think that's actually everything that we have the... Oh. We have the ability to monitor on the upper path. I think we came up from down here, so now we move one level further up. Where exactly are we?
This is where I did my scan. And all the others, I suppose.
You don't remember?
My scan was the first. Had to test the scanner before I could start making promises.
Okay, so right, again, we're working with the very earliest. Please reset router in the sub-level vault or contact maintenance. Shit, so that's why we have to go downstairs. Start accessing shit.
Ah, I see.
What?
Check the terminal. I just want to make sure.
I will be checking the terminal. The Nanami composition. Compressed Nakajima neurograph, continuous time, 21 minutes. Captured, subject name Nanami, female birth. Berg, files compressed Nakajima neurograph, continuous time, 6 milliseconds. This is Berg. Paul Berg, Canadian. There's Munchie's scan, which he did. And...
David Munchie. How did this... What is this?
And he died... Oh my god, okay, yeah, so here's the actual explanation for what's been going on, right?
Kath, what is this? Why do you have a file of me?
You are one of Dr. Munchie's templates. A legacy scan.
So I am one of the first people who has ever brain scanned in this way. And by the look of it, I died shortly after my brain scan.
Okay, that's it.
Wow, that was fun.
That's a relief. Still figuring this out, so...
It was freaky. So many lights. What do we do now?
Paul and I are going to run tests for a week or so, and then we'll work out a roadmap to your recovery.
Well, I feel excited. Can't wait to get back to the living.
We've worked everything out. Everything is legal. Vouched for by Dr. Peak and Professor Way.
Oh, that's great news.
No big change in medication. You'll be taking an aspirin every morning, but that's about it. Paul worked out a diet with some variations you should try out. You can continue doing physical therapy. Also, there's some extra cardio training every other day.
Okay, getting complicated.
Don't worry, it's really not. We're going to keep an eye on you every week, so we'll be able to adjust the plan if needed.
Didn't make it more than a week. Or more than 2 weeks.
The model was sound. It should have worked.
It's not your fault, David.
I really wish things had turned out differently.
Yeah, me too.
I was supposed to save you.
Hey, you got my brain on file. Maybe you can put it to some use.
Yeah, who knows? You'd be okay with that? Using it for my research?
Sure. It's like a part of me lives on or something. Like a donated organ. You know what sucks about dying?
What?
The crash. Everything up till now. The brain damage. You guys, everything. Has made my life so much more real. I started thinking about all the things I was going to do. I'd never been more excited to be alive. All that hope. Wasted.
I consent to being a digital reproduction. This is also... Well, now here's another big
What's
question.
a legacy scan?
They're historic templates for AI construction. Any self-respecting engineer wouldn't use legacies anymore, but they're great for learning. They come with every development kit.
So, my brain scan turned into a template for artificial intelligence.
You should be proud.
So much for that mystery. No magic or time travel needed. I was here all along, waiting for someone to shove a picture of my brain into a suit and hit the power button.
Exactly. And this also puts to bunk the idea of continuity. Somewhat. Because the real Simon Jarrett lived on for a week or so, a little bit more than what I am currently experiencing, but for me it was literally instantaneous. And now I get to live out my life hundreds of years, or 100 years into the future, at the end of the world. Fucking whoop-de-doo. If I'm going out as a fucking serial killer, I'm going out as a serial killer. Of course, to that end, I actually really don't want to die myself, so I'll be the last one out the doors. I'll shut the lights off when I go. You guys, it's fine. I am all that is needed. I wouldn't kill me if I was the last man on Earth.
Strasky, come in. I need help in the lab, the scan room.
What happened?
Conrad killed himself after the scan.
Jesus, how?
Maser tool. What should I do?
I'm gonna need to tell Strohmeyer.
No, please. I'm so close. Strohmeyer's gonna shut down the ARC project. It's not my fault people keep killing themselves.
Catherine, what are you gonna do? It's not like you can sneak a 300-pound body out of the lab.
I know.
Catherine, are you okay?
Not even close.
So there's a death cult going around that is suiciding themselves after they get scanned, and I mean, well, yes, technically that's going to be the ultimate demise of humanity. You're going to slowly go into that long, silent night. These guys are just jumping the line a little bit. How does that feel? There is more exploration to do here. We still haven't found our ultimate goal. The basement awaits us, but for right now, I do have to sign off. So I want to go and clean up my, well, actually do a full disinfectant of my spit take from earlier. And I have been recording for 4 hours. We're about the midpoint of the game, or one of the first large areas, and there's only like 2 or 3 of those. This is where the game starts getting dark, starts getting real interesting, and starts posing some hard questions. I'll see you guys literally in the next episode for you, but for me, I'm gonna need to take a break.